Skip, I got to start with you.
No,
we're talking about your Jets. You don't want to go?
Jets coach.
Oh, gosh.
Come on.
Well, yeah, it's a good idea.
It is?
For Monday morning wig, yeah, sure it is.
To bring on Kevin Kolb?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He knows your offense. And he's going to challenge Mark Sanchez. Because if they think Garrard is going to do that, they're kidding themselves.
Who's better?
Really?
Garrard or Kolb?
But here's the problem.
Okay.
Here's a guy that's been out of football.
Okay.
If he can beat Mark Sanchez out, if Mark Sanchez is worried about that, he's in trouble.
Oh, okay.
If I'm Mark Sanchez and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute now, if he beats Mark Sanchez should retire if that happens to him. Okay? Now, you bring in a guy, Kevin Kolb, right now, ooh, that's some attention. This coach, he's familiar with this guy. He knows the offense. Okay. Now I'm sitting there going, this could be interesting. You're going to get whatever you can get out of Mark Sanchez. Because really, in the long run, Marty Morningwig is looking at the situation and going, hey, you know what? I want my guy. Because this offense is on me. This is the third offensive coordinator the Jets have had. They have to play offense because he knows right now it's on me. I want to get a guy that at least knows my offense. Now, how good he is or not, we don't know that yet because he's been hurt. But at least he knows my system.
So gut feeling, you think Kevin Kolb will start?
If Kevin Kolb's there, yeah.
Yeah, if he's there.
All right, Stephen A.
Well, let me.
Good idea or bad idea?
I'll tell you this much too. I I was just thinking, it's just a sad thing when we look at what the moves Miami has made. We look at the move the New England Patriots have made, and then we get to the Jets, and it's like our definition of progress is David Garrard and Kevin Kolb. It's like, oh my Lord. But let me tell you what's even worse: the fact that Coach is absolutely right, and that Mark Sanchez definitely will be challenged. Kevin Kolb had 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions in the last 15 games over the last 2 years. But the big thing about it is he was playing behind an awful offensive line. And so if you give him any kind of protection, some of the bright moments that he had that ultimately led to the Philadelphia Eagles believing he could potentially be a viable successor to Donovan McNabb until Michael Vick came onto the scene, and ultimately giving him up to Arizona for a second-round pick and then some. The reality is that Kevin Kolb, when healthy, when protected, could actually be relatively decent. And if he's relatively decent, it's an improvement over the flagrantly indecent performance of Mark Sanchez from last season. So to me, when you couple all of that with the fact that Marty Morningwig is your offensive coordinator, you're familiar with his system because of the 3 years you spent with him in Philadelphia, it does put Kevin Kolb at a decisive advantage, and it does look like a good move for the New York Jets because you're going to have somebody who knows a thing or two about offense, who'll have his guy, more importantly, somebody that legitimately threatens Mark Sanchez in the comfort zone, the cocoon that Rex Ryan, coupled with Mike Tannenbaum, former GM for the Jets, allowed Mark Sanchez to live in over the last 3 to 4 years. So it's not a bad move.
Christian?
All right, well, I'm looking at, if this does happen, who's gonna be in that quarterback meeting room. We're going to have David Garrard, Greg McElroy, Tim Tebow, and then Mark Sanchez.
Choo-choo won't be there.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo's out of town,
but it's like the island of misfit toys. Are you kidding me?
Choo-choo's out of town?
Choo-choo's out of town. He will not be
right
there.
now he's there. Okay, so these guys in this meeting room, it can be comical.
Train's leaving.
Train's leaving. All right, Train may already be out of town. But, yeah, I think any coach would love to have a guy that knows what he expects. I think it's easy. I mean, because talking about a leg up, I think it's more than a leg up, but it's still a moderate upgrade from the guys that they have right now.
Moderate upgrade.
Yeah, because, I mean, if Kevin Kolb, I mean, like Stephen A. said, he got bashed. I mean, he got just hammered in Arizona. And how much of that is going to stay with him? Is he going to bring any of that shyness as far as when the pocket collapses with him? Is he going to be able to, contribute? I think the answer is yes. An upgrade for Mark Sanchez. But in the end, I think this is just a stopgap, a bridge until they really figure things out. A year or two from now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Skip.
Since you brought him up, you forced me into this corner.
I said island of misfit
toys.
You
did. But of those 5 quarterbacks, next year, the quarterback who could win the most games next year is Tim Tebow. Of those 5. Now back to the question. Right now, David Garrard is a better quarterback than Kevin Kolb. He has proven to be a better quarterback. If he's healthy, and you say he's been out for the last year.
Problem.
Okay, that's the problem. But he did make a Pro Bowl in Jacksonville. He did win a playoff game at Pittsburgh in Jacksonville. And
what year was that?
That's pretty impressive. Well, it was a couple of years, 3 or 4 years ago. but I'm just saying, he's not over the hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was destined to be pegged to be the Miami starter last year, and he hurt his knee playing with his kid or something in training camp. Remember that? And they just said, oh, let's just go with the kid. Let's go with Tannehill. Okay. I agree with your premise, though, because Marty's going to want what he knows, what he's comfortable with. So I have no idea what they're doing. I don't know why they would sign David Garrard. Now you have a logjam of people, none of whom are a great answer, but the best fit is Kevin Kolb with the new coordinator.
Exactly. I mean, any coordinator wants that. I mean,
okay.
Because remember, they're under scrutiny right now. I mean, this is the third offensive coordinator. Marty Mornhinweg understands, I got to get this thing right. I mean, I'm coming, so he wants a guy that he can come in with right now and get on the same page. Let's go. Because that quarterback has to teach everyone else this offense. That's hard to do. When you have a guy that's familiar with what you do, the terminology, how you call plays, that's very important.
So you say Kolb is the best choice, in your opinion, for now?
Yes.
To go with Marty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you?
I'm waiting for Santa to pick up the toys from the island. Misfit toys.
You just...